Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two.
Welcome back to Things I Should Have Said. I am your host, Deandra.
I'm your host, Christine.
And, on today's subject is the advantages versus the disadvantages of being a young parent. What was the most difficult part about being a young mother?
So if I was to go back to being 16 and thinking about the difficulties that took place was really, I did not understand how hard the job was. But what I did understand was it was my responsibility no matter what. It wasn't optional to give up. It wasn't optional to
So you didn't think about leaving me at the fire station at least once?
no. Not the fire station at your grandma. No, I'm just joking. No, definitely not that. Like, no, I wanted you. Like, I feel like I low-key manifested having a child that loved me to pieces. I always said that I want my own child that loved me to pieces.
Well, you got
that's
it.
what I got. Right. I was like, I low-key kind of made this happen.
All right.
So I got it. So for me, it was difficult. Or I guess looking back, it might have been a little more difficult when you having a kid, and honestly, you ain't got a pot to piss in or window to throw it out. The pot you got is your mama, and the windows is your mama.
Right.
And she let you know every minute that she get a chance, it's all mine, and
Right.
you know, like
alone.
yeah, like, and she didn't make me feel unwanted, but she always made sure I knew she did not want more kids.
Right.
Meaning, I don't want to take care of nobody else. And that was fair. She said, I stopped having kids because I didn't want no more kids. Like, even in the neighborhood, everybody knew this girl always had her baby. Like, her baby is never with her mama or her grandma.
Right.
If I was not in school or at work, I had you with me. So, that wasn't the easiest part. But the advantage of that is I knew how hard it really was to have kids, so I didn't go have another one. But she really made me take care of you, which is a blessing because, yeah, I didn't know what I was doing, but I guess she knew maternal instincts would kick in and I figured it out. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
I did.
You don't really got a choice.
How hard it was, I didn't want to just continue to do it because I knew having more kids would make it harder. Right. That was my thought process, like, no.
Do you think the fact that she really made you take care of me for real and like didn't make it easy on you is the fact that like motivated you, like put a bad taste in your mouth about having more kids down the line?
No, for me, it was what other kids said made me not want to have more kids. It was a girl back in school, and she was such a bully. She was a mean person. And from what I hear or know of today, I don't know how she turned out, but it seemed like she was on a better positive note from what I see on social media. But I remember her saying, she's just gonna lay up and have a whole bunch of kids from this guy. Because
so you didn't have more kids out of spite.
Pretty much. Whatever it took to not have, because she said it. She said, oh, she's just gonna lay up and have a whole bunch of kids from Travis. She knew, because he was in the league or whatever. So she just gonna have nah, sis. I had to make a liar out of her. She don't even know she was my motivation, but she was.
What is the number one thing that you wish you would have done differently when I was growing up?
For me, I wish I would have never spanked you. I wish I would have disciplined you differently.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I mean, I definitely understand where you're coming from with the gentle parenting or the creative parenting. So I totally get that portion of it though.
Right. So for me, I honestly, because like experiencing, like at my older age, I realized, when you hit, that makes a person want to hit. It starts to build up a certain type of anger. You do something to a child when you beat them and you degrade them. Like, think about how slaves felt when they were being beaten. You're tearing them down as a human. Nobody deserves to
making them fear you.
Right. And I hate that I put fear in you. I hate that because that made you not trust me. as a parent, it's a natural thing. You know, a child will not trust you if you hit them and put your hands on them. You know, like, and they shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, not if they're trying
Right.
to protect themselves, right? So I
Right.
just wish I would have knew enough to communicate with you and talk to you and had a better understanding on your child level. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't get that because, and I see it now all the time where the parent is exhausted, they're working hard, da 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 da, and now they're out in public with their kids and they're yelling and they're telling them to be still, sit down, hush. That child is not tired.
Right.
That child is 5. They want to move. You worked last night. They didn't work.
Right.
But now you want them to perform as an adult. That's not fair.
Right.
It's just
And I
not.
totally see that a lot, like you know, with my peers and, you know, how they parent their kids. Not to say that anybody's parenting is perfect. I'm not saying that because I don't have kids, so I can't relate or
Yeah,
pass judgment. But I do see that a lot with some young parents. They have a lack of
right,
patience and not really, they're short tempered and they're quick to hit and not really to understand like why the
right,
child is doing this. They just feel like a beating solves everything. It's not like a
right,
one size fits all type thing. I don't think logically in my head that's not how it works, you
right.
know.
And
But
I think that's the thing that young parents, you know, like when you're young, you just don't have that knowledge and you just don't have the patience. You don't have, like, I feel like that's another thing that I miss being young. I wasn't patient enough to be able to bring out the best in you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have patience. You have to be able to really what word am I looking for? Think of it.
mold the child.
Definitely mold, but love on your baby until they get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Right.
a,
You gotta
I
keep
can't,
trying. It's a repetitive cycle, you know, like a
right. And
you
that's what
gotta
I had to
keep
learn.
trying and beating it. Like basically like how y'all be complaining about being a broken record. You just have to be the broken record, you know, even if it gets
Right.
on your
And be okay
nerves.
with it.
Right.
Just realize that's a part of parenting. So, like, for me, I just wish I would have had more patience, and like I wish I would have had more understood the time and stuff that it comes with being like a parent. So, as a child though, like, how did you receive, or do kids remember all of that?
I think I was more scared of you than anything.
Oh, I
Um
hate that. That's
I
so
know,
bad.
but it's the truth.
That's
I
so
think
sad.
I was more fearful because I was gonna get a whooping or you know, I didn't really feel that comfortable coming to you with stuff.
It's like, I did not know how to love on you. Like,
Right.
that's the thing I definitely did not get from my mama. I did not know how to love on you. I did not know how to show no type of affection that you felt comfortable.
I don't think that it was like completely like across the board disciplinarian, you know, iron fist. Cause I remember tender moments as well. It's definitely a like we have had our moments. Maybe it wasn't as mushy as it is now because like
Yeah.
we are very expressive of how we feel now. But back then, like you would do little things like when you give me a kiss, you'll blow into my mouth or something like that. Or you know, we'll go to the park and we'll race like who gets in the car faster, or you know,
That
you'll
was
take
all a
when you
trick to get you to move faster.
I know. But it's still to me as a kid, I'm thinking like, yeah, we're gonna race. Like so and then like the you know when you took me to the park and we feed the ducks and you
Yeah,
know go
that
have
was
little
fun.
picnic dates, just me and you, go
Yeah,
on walks together at that little river walk thing. So
yeah.
it was definitely good moments, and it was some fearful moments of me like getting in trouble and stuff like that. So like I understand why you would feel
You was
bad about that.
bad when you wanted to be
I
though.
was
But I feel
I
like
was
you
getting into
lied to
stuff.
me. I feel like you only lied to me because I made it hard for you to tell me the truth. I don't feel
Yeah,
like
because
you
your
lied because you
reaction
don't
was
lie. Right. My
fussing.
reaction was way off track. And so only when Didi came around did I understand that
Like,
everything don't
okay, right.
deserve the
To
explosive
be
reaction. It's
right.
not that deep. So thankfully, she kind of mellowed me out. Like, she was a
And I
perfect
can say
partner.
that is true. She did mellow you out.
Yeah, she's
when
like,
she moved
Chrissy,
in.
it's not that deep. Like, it don't even deserve that response,
Didi,
you know?
I thank you. You saved me a lot of ass whoopings. I appreciate you, girl.
I feel so bad. I feel so guilty. You just don't understand. Even like now, thinking back, I still feel guilt for that stuff. I feel bad. Like when you don't even know I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about that type of stuff. And I feel genuinely guilty. Like, dang, you really was dropping the ball. Yeah, I didn't know what I didn't know, but I don't stop me from feeling guilty now. You know,
Right,
you don't even know I be having my moments, but I do, you know, by myself.
right. Hmm.
What would you say I did wrong as a parent? What
I
would in your what would you say I just really hated that she did this to me?
um
And be honest, like
I
you're not
hated that
gonna hurt
I
my
couldn't
feelings.
come to you for certain stuff.
Mhm.
Like, like as I started to get older, like I never shared anything. I feel like that's why I lied so much, because it was just like I was scared of the relaxed action, because I was gonna do it anyway.
The-
But you
Wait,
know,
when you're saying this, you're saying your late teens or
late teens, and a
okay.
little bit earlier too. I feel like you fussed at me a little too much. Like sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I didn't like when you came home. I was like, dang, she got
Oh
to come
God, I
off
hate
work.
that because that's how I
Uh,
felt with mama. I
yeah.
used to be terrified of when
But
they would come home.
After Didi came, after we moved into that house, everything started to change, and I didn't feel that way anymore. But for that little moment that we were in the apartment, it was just me and you. I used to hate it because you would just come home, find something to fuss about, and then I'd have to,
Yeah.
no
I
punishment
was
or something.
like a little terror.
But
Yeah, like
Didi, when Didi came back, you was just like, oh, she was just kind of like lighthearted, brightened up the place a little bit, opened up the
she
curtains.
kind of have that effect on people. Like she was just such a light, like this. Oh God, she was everything. Well, she's everything. We acting like she did.
Right. Yeah, she
She's
is. She was everything that we
everything as a
needed
human.
at that time
Right.
in our
I
lives.
totally agree. But I guess okay, so let's move along to the advantages. Because it
Hmm.
sounds like it's a lot of disadvantages.
Right.
Uh, so for me, an advantage is I feel like I'm more relatable than someone that's super old or
Right.
someone that's 30 years older than you.
Right.
It's a totally different age range. And so now I'm a little more relatable, a little more not necessarily cool because I was strict. So I feel like I was strict compared to other people. I was strict, a strict young mom. I was more old school with my parenting. But I still feel like I was more relatable than someone that would have been you remember, maybe I shouldn't say no names, but you remember your classmate Maya. Her mom was, y'all was the same
She was
age,
older.
but her mom
Hmm.
was much older than me.
Right.
So I feel like it was a difference in that.
Yeah, it was. Growing up, you being younger, like it definitely like you definitely understood more like what was going on, in the world, and keeping up, and like understanding certain stuff that maybe an older parent wouldn't understand,
Right.
or
And more
keeping,
open, I would think.
yeah, a little more open than you say like an older, stricter, old school type of parent. Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Right.
Not from my experience. It's not what I knew.
Yeah, and I can say that the same too. And that
Right.
is one of the advantages of having a young mom, and also, everybody mistakes her for my sister, so that's also an advantage too.
I guess that's a good thing for me, but you was always like, that's my mama.
All
Like she
right,
is not my sister. I'm like,
or
yeah,
not
that's
my
my little
friend.
sister. That's my little sister. I'm super young. But yeah. Um I think probably your teachers probably mistaking me for your sisters, you
Yeah,
know.
thinking you a student walking the hallways or something.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't go to school here. Look at them people like, honey, no. Like, you need to get to class. Wait, hey, wait a minute. I am not a student. I am an adult. I might be 5'1", but I'm a whole adult out here in these streets. You will not talk to me like that. What's your
You're
name and
5 foot and
badge?
3 quarters. You're not even fully 5'1".
I'm technically 5'1". You have to give me that extra quarter. I'm gonna take
So
it.
now moving on, we're going to be starting our trending topics. Woohoo! So today on today's, what's in, the media today is that Martin is going to be coming up with a reboot or a special episode, I should say.
Okay, I did see
Um,
that. I saw that.
yeah, and I don't know how to feel about it. I'm not sure exactly what to expect. Like, is it like a trip down memory lane type thing, or is it like a
I'm not
pilot
sure.
tester to
They're
see
not
how
doing
they
a
do on
reboot,
air?
but
It's
they're not
supposed to
doing
be
a.
a special episode on BET. So, like, what does that even mean? Like, is this like
I think
a
it's probably
pilot?
going to be more like a reunion of the cast because they kind of been playing around with this for a while now.
Yeah, it's been like a couple of years that it's been on in the
Yeah,
media type thing.
I
So,
think it's going to be more like a reunion, which I could respect. What do you think about them doing all these different reboots? Because some of these reboots you wasn't privy to. Like, it's not your era. Like, even Martin is not your era. Y'all think it is because y'all got a second rendition of it.
I was
And
born
if
in the
y'all
year
got
that
a
he did it, like when they rapped, I was
right,
there.
you
I
was
was,
not able to enjoy.
you know,
You was born not able to enjoy, boo. Let's be clear.
like,
No, ma'am. Y'all will not claim Martin, honey. I was like
I
the
know
one
it's y'all era.
running in the
Y'all
house on
got
Thursdays at 7, honey. You didn't even know what night it came on. It came on Thursday nights at 7, honey.
Oh
Everybody,
my
you Martin
god.
on. You running in the house. You don't want to play no more. You trying to get home and watch Martin and then watch Living Single right after, boo. Just
Okay,
FYI.
I know it's
Y'all
y'all
got it.
thing, honey.
When did
So
it come back out? Remember they did like a relaunch where they was doing all the DVDs. That was
probably
like
like
the
in the
early
early
2000s.
2000s or something like that.
2005, 2010. I remember
Hmm.
you and Travis was so in love with it, like it was new. I'm like, Travis, this is old. We've seen it. Y'all was dying laughing as if
Yeah,
it just came out.
yeah, and Uncle Bert was right there egging us on too.
Right, like he didn't see it the first time around.
Right, and it's just like one of those timeless shows. Like I can still watch it today and be dying laughing. It's just one of
Right.
those type of shows.
So, do you think reboots should exist? Like, do you think they should?
I think that they should exist in different contexts because when you try to do the sitcom version of it over again, it's not gonna be the same. Like, but because you know that they rebooted the Fresh Prince of Bel Air and they're doing Bel Air now. So the
Okay.
show is just done in a more dramatic tone and it's like more serious than, and it's just adding a little bit more texture to the plot lines that were originally there already. I think if it was done in that way and like from a different point of view,
But
I
it's,
could
but I
stomach
thought you
that.
said the Fresh Prince was like modern day, which that's just so
Yeah,
weird
it's
to me.
I know, but they make it seem like it's not, it's not in a cheesy way. You know what I mean? Like it's it just fits. You know what I mean? It works.
It
The
works.
idea that the
Okay.
guy had, it was a good idea, and it's successful so far. Everybody loves the show.
So you feel
Everybody
like it's
loves the
really
cast. All of that.
likable.
It's
But
very
okay, let me
likable.
ask you this:
They
Did
did a
you
good job
watch the
casting too.
original Fresh Prince of Bel Air? Was
I
still my
did.
time?
I
Okay.
did when it was like on TV or reruns and stuff. Me and Auntie would watch it all the time at her house. And I definitely get the vibe of the show, and some of the episodes that they're doing now is basically like
It's
mapping
relatable.
it out. It's mapping it out, but it's done in a more dramatic way, and it seems more cinematic than like sitcom-y. So all in all, I'm here for it as long as if they did have the idea, I would like it to be something like how Bel Air is.
You think you want a reboot of Martin? I don't want a reboot of Martin. I feel like Martin is like classic. You don't touch certain stuff.
But
You don't touch.
it's like a different approach. You would do it in a totally different way than what is already done. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Okay, so are you only saying that because of watching the Bel
Bel Air
Air?
and see
Because
how
like
much I like
haven't
it.
seen
Probably so. Okay, moving on to our goals. How did you do with any of your goals from the last
What was
week?
my goals for last
Drinking
week?
more water. And
I did great. I actually did great. I did not do a gallon a day, maybe a little more than half a gallon, which that's still great for me because I'm still every day.
Exactly.
So hey, I'll take it as a win.
in the meditating more.
I did do because I do the calm out. I did log into that like 4 or 5 times this week. I like to try to go at least 5 times, but I know I did it at least 4 times. So that's still pretty good for me.
Right.
4 out of 5, that's not bad because I don't do it 7 days a week, just 5.
I did work out a couple of times. Like I don't know what's going on with my unit and their PT schedule, but I just don't like working out when I get home. So it's just something I have to reevaluate
Work
my
on.
brain and try
Well,
again.
that's new for me too. I just was saying I feel like I need okay. I was just saying that I feel like I need to interrupt my pattern and
Try something different.
work out in the evenings because I don't like working out in the evenings. I work
Right.
out in the morning, but I hate working out in the evenings. So I would like to try to interrupt my pattern, do some 2 days and work out in the evening. So I'll feel like that's my goal for this week.
I haven't been really meditating that much. I don't know. It's like I need to just start prioritizing that time for myself and like, you know, I just need to start making that a priority and not making excuses for it. So I'm gonna try revisiting the meditation at least 4 or 5 times this week and
Are you reaching
continuing
too
on
far?
Hmm?
I want to reach the goal. Let's say meditate 3 times this week.
3 times this week. I'm gonna try 3
Okay.
times this week then.
Because I want you
And
to accomplish the goal. If we set
right,
it too far out, we're less likely to reach it, right?
right.
So that's why I
And
didn't say
continuing on
2 days.
this journey that I've started with this company to lose weight. So we're gonna check back in with that next week as well. See how much weight I lost. I
Girl,
lost 6 pounds, child.
you did good this week. I'm super proud of you, child. Super proud of you, Ray. Your celebratory dance.
But we're gonna be closing out, guys,
Okay.
and let us know your comments. But I mean your goals below. You stay on this journey with us. And this is things I should have said. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with a friend, share with a daughter or a mother, you know, just like we can become one big family. And, you know, just take this all the way to the top, baby. All right, I am
bye,
your
y'all.
host, Deandra.
I am
your host,
Christy.
and this is things I should have said. Peace out, y'all.
Bye, y'all.